Brash is a battle rapper, a producer, a songwriter, a blogger, and dick bag. This is the art of hip-hop. Talking with underground rap's best MCs. And here's your host, Brash.
All right, another week has happened. It's upon us. We're going an hour later because we got some special guests from the West Coast tonight. We got Joe Cutter on the line and Lush One.
Hello.
Two very talented MCs doing their thing.
Two Italian dudes right now.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, man, if you don't know, man, Joe Cut's he's actually a big homie of mine, man. You don't even know. Do your fucking research. He's fucking T-Hut alumni. Veterano certified with stripes. You feel me? From the inside out. When I say the inside out, you know what I'm talking about if you put in work in the street. But regardless of all that fact, you already know who it is. It's motherfucking Iron Man of this shit. If there's any debating of my Tony Starkdom, then let it be said here because I want to fucking, you shall perish. You feel me? I'm fucking Iron Man.
Gotcha.
Unibeans all day. Unibeans for the haters.
Word. Yeah, Lush, man, I'm glad you're back on the show, but I'm a little scared because you're kind of famous and you broke my podcast links on iTunes last time you came. Like, my show was offline. I had to make a bunch of phone calls. You brought a shitload of traffic to this show last time you were on.
Like Ron Zanes did that shit, dog. That was right off.
Yeah, it probably actually was, come to think of it.
That was just the proper way to discuss it because that was this motherfucker's intervention live on the radio. But, you know, that's my brother. I love Daddy.
That was the first time you guys had talked about it.
I mean, yeah, it was like, it was kind of like, yeah, it was in real time. But, you know.
I relapsed shortly after that episode. Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
you did, Joe?
For real?
I relapsed listening after that. It just sounded so good. I just wanted to be right there in Caddy's shoes.
Jesus.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so what happened, since all that, obviously he didn't show for the May 31st event that you were supposed to, you guys were supposed to come out and host. So that didn't happen. Right. I don't know. We were all disappointed about that, but you put out, a vlog letting everybody know the real shit, what happened. And you were a straight up dude, like you always are, and you sent your deposit back.
Yeah, that shit sucked for me. That would have been a great time, going out to smash to rock with the people. It was a popping ass event, TD3 and all that, my partner and him. So it was like, I was super disappointed because I was about to really just give him a dose of, this California funkified vibe of mine. I know people was really ready, but we're just gonna make them anticipate it even more next time.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe there'll be some more girls there, so it'll be even better.
Right. We were planning for, and I've talked to you about this about mid-October, but I have just heard through the grapevine that WD5 is might happen in October now.
Yes, it's going down in October. You know what I mean? There's so many, I'm not at liberty to announce an exact date, but there's so much shit going on in October. By the way, the nature of battle events are so crazy. You gotta really do that, plan that shit so far in advance, or else the battlers that you want to fuck with, if you're particular about shit like that, which you should be, get booked up. You know what I mean? Even when you're on a high level, like King of the Dot, it's people really want to make sure they bring their A game to stages like that. So it's like they're more likely to take a battle on a lower platform, a lesser viewed platform on a quicker notice, just because it's like, you know what I mean? It ain't gonna really affect the underall ultimately, but
right.
When you do a King of the Dot battle and you're fucking with fresh ghosts, you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit different.
I don't know. I understand that completely, but so now because you're doing that, now we gotta regroup and see what we're gonna do, and that's great. I mean, you guys earned that spot, so we're kind of just in the background, okay, when's King of the Dot got this going on? When does this guy go that? So we're
well, you're in for that, and we respect all the other leagues too, and ultimately Organic is super, he's goes above and beyond the cause of what it requires to accommodate other leagues in this situation, because even we're real close with Guerrilla Warfare, we're close with URL, we're close with different leagues that we actually, and we definitely base our schedules around that, much less the fact that, KOTD itself got all these divisions. So we got to make sure that Calgary shining, Van City shining, Cali shining, Ontario shining, and all that,
How often do you come back east, Lush? You ever go to NYC?
Yeah, I mean, I want to go, I definitely want to get, it's a dream of mine to do a really dope event in New York, so it's a matter of time. I've always just been trying to really respect it and, respect the soil. Maybe at some point, me and my, Poison Pan, he's kind of like he a bro in this shit as well. He's another big homie of mine, like Cutter, so I know that possibly at some point we'll see a Poison Pen Lush Uno collaboration out there. Something of that nature. That'd be real dope. I fucks with Devo real heavy too, and Queen of the Ring. I fucks with a lot of people in New York, and I always talk about this, and sometimes people don't even really believe me or believe the full extent, but battling is so damn big in New York, and people have such an understanding of that culture, and it's so close to just the everyday person way more than anywhere else in the world, just because New York, obviously, the mecca of hip-hop culture. It just is. Regardless of what the current state of their hip-hop scene, this or that is, it don't matter. New York's always going to be New York and just carry that ambiance. And, when you go out there, I get recognized more than anywhere. Fools will see me in the mall. Fools will be I don't even fucking have hair to get cut, but go to, walk by barbershops. Fools son, it's Lush One, son, come in. Oh, yo, son. You feel me? And then it's crazy, everywhere out there. So New York, I definitely want to do some shit out there ASAP. So we're gonna see if the stars are aligned. But California and this whole sector over here, that's quite a bunch of soil to look after. But
right.
I'll be rocking and performing in New York and shit and DJing. I can do that too.
Have you ever done anything out in Mass, or was that going to be your first time with us?
In Mass, it's funny because it was supposed to be my second, because the first time was when Grind Time in 2010 when Grind Time was fucking with Rock the Bells, and we was doing the full Rock the Bells tour, and we was down in New York, and we were going to do Boston next, and then fucking you know what I'm saying, some fat bitch in the South Pacific opened up her legs, and there was a giant tsunami and it obliterated Boston, and then we couldn't even perform there. Yeah. And then this happened.
So you still have never performed or really done anything out in Mass yet?
Nah, not yet. I haven't packed the cat and haven't yet.
Well, it's a good spot though, because I mean, if you plan it right, you can hit all the major cities. You can go Boston, Hartford, New York, and then even start off in Massachusetts, obviously, or whatever. You know what I mean?
Look, man,
there's a lot of really good spots.
Not to be like one of these guys, because you guys know I'm down to earth, and I'm always gonna fuck with y'all. And now 1,000%, regardless, my Mass debut is with TD3 and them off top. You know what I mean? But regardless, the price is going up, baby. It ain't no thing. Spend some, my boy. You feel me? The price of the brick is rising. We, on some Sinaloa shit. You want that good? I got that. Got it for the cheap. But it's actually going the potency is so high. You gotta it's gonna be more expensive. For that to happen, motherfuckers, put up that dough and we'll give you the experience of a lifetime. We'll bring the Fresh Coast right to you.
Yeah, you guys are master showmen, basically, man. I mean, every event I've ever seen you involved with has been awesome. Always good battles, everything. You guys know what you're doing out there. TD3 always compares you guys to the NBA of battle rap. You know what I mean?
I'm glad that fools are with us, are fucking with it now, and we know who the chill ones are, y'all, because all the motherfuckers that are going to be on some Joni Come Lately and hop on the dick now because we shining, we see through that, you feel me, through these Eve Saint Laurents, you feel me, I see through that, and so you about to be X'd out the motherfucking game, all haters and perpetrators, real quick. Mark fuck out.
Joe Cutter still there, or?
Trill Chop, man, I'm watching the fucking, the Law and Order SVU episode with with Hillary Duff.
Okay. You know what I was just watching before Brash called was Wonder Years.
That's a good one.
Weird.
It was
Winnie Cooper, man.
Yeah,
Winnie
that's
Cooper
where I went too. I was thinking Winnie Cooper right when he's
very boner inspiring.
That's funny. Everybody says Winnie Cooper, but no one ever thinks about Kevin's sister that abandoned him for the fucking hippie movement and gets transplanted by the Black Panthers.
Yeah, she was hot too.
I would have beat those.
She messed with the what do you call them guys? Shit. I lost it. Black Panthers. But no, I'm thinking of Forrest Gump.
I remember this kid.
Yeah, she's kind of like Jenny, but when you think about the 60s, what's really fucked up is the fact that, bitches they didn't have the same pubic hair exfoliation tendencies as they do now. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
exfoliation tendencies.
Hold on one second.
I remember this one kid tried telling me that Paul from the Wonder Years was Marilyn Manson, long ass time ago, and just being like,
legendary rumor.
Yeah.
Totally false though.
Yeah. I can see why they'd say that because that guy's nose. You know what I mean? But
I was hoping for that, but no, not true.
Yeah.
There was an episode about how much this Kevin was like so nervous to just call this girl that he liked from school. And like as us, like we're all probably like around the same age, 30 or whatever.
Yeah. Kevin was a bitch, dog. He was more sheltered than Paul Pfeiffer, dog. He was smart.
But that was the most nerve-wracking thing as a child was being in middle school and calling a girl that you like. Like this generation will never experience anything like that. With you could just shoot her a text.
Yeah, they will. It's a friend request. Is she going to accept my friend request?
Yeah, it's just changed form. It's the same feeling. You know,
that shit changes in different ways. Back in the way before then, it was like, oh, is my bitch gonna survive past 12 years old long enough to be fertile for me to bust a nut in to keep the species alive before the woolly mammoth stomps us out? So it's always a different worry that you have as a fucking conquistador of the puss. You feel me?
Yeah, but
that's fucking hilarious.
Shut up, dude.
We went far with that one real quick.
Jesus.
You're fucking killing me, dude. Holy shit, man.
So now it's fucking friendship requests. Like, shit. I hope Becky Sue accepts that friendship request because then I can poke the slut, and you know what that means.
Yeah.
That cannot be as nerve-wracking as the phone ringing, and you're right on. You're on the dot right there. It's when she answers, you have to have something to say to keep her going. It's like, but the feeling that when she starts talking to you back and you're like, okay, I'm good, you're like top of the world. That is not.
No, exactly. It's because we grew up with human experiences, bro. But this is a generation of cyborgs, and it's getting more and more like that. And people are more and more insular, and their emotions more and more restricted in so many ways. So it's like that shit. Like you got to expect that. So of course they don't have a sense of. They don't even have the emotional capacity to understand why it's fucking crazy to call a bitch. And
I remember when caller ID came out. It was the weirdest shit to call somebody's house and then answer the phone and say like, "Hey, how you doing?" and know exactly who you are. Bizarre.
As a player, that shit was great, but it was also wacky because we already had takers for that life. But regardless, it was like it really sucked because it was the end of the prank call era as you know it.
Yeah. Yeah, it ended a lot of fun with the phone, like harassing people for no reason.
Oh, dog, I swear to God, when I was a youngster, there was like this one house. It was like one of my homies' neighbors. Like, I feel bad for this family because we used to just go in. We started prank calling this family when we came over. We were probably like first or second grade, and then I would just keep calling this even after I stopped kicking it with the dude who gave me who first initially called with him.
Wow.
I was harassing this family over the course of years. I'm talking 5-6 years straight. You feel me? Through seventh grade. Then you're they were at first they had a long, intricate answering machine message and tried to be joking and shit. Eventually it's just leave a message. You feel me?
Yeah. Downgraded.
I definitely tortured this family, so I hope they dealt with that somehow.
Shit, I still do that. I do that with anyone who has their number on Facebook. I literally have a fucking archive of battle rappers that I prank call when I'm really bored.
You record them?
I've recorded some of them.
That's viral content, bro.
I won't say any names, but it's really fun, man. It's like people that have looked me in the eye and shook my hand and pretended to respect me, but then you see them talking shit on threads. I'm like, oh wait, I got your fucking number. So you just throw a little star.
So you get them back by pranking them?
What's that, brother?
You get them back by pranking them.
Oh yeah, totally. Total passive aggressive
I love it.
behavior at its
That is
best.
great.
I don't know too much about it, Sergeant, but
Yeah, I mean, the pranking is one way to do it, or like, I love it. It's like, because it's pretty easy. People like play themselves out in life so quick. And if you're like kind of a nerd yourself, like I am, you're able to really catch fools up on this internet shit if you learn how to use it. And a lot of fools are so fucking dumb. They'll like, fools will like say, like, be like a hater on your Instagram or some shit, let's say. And then you happen to find out, you find their Facebook and you go to their Facebook and see it's like some lame, like, fucking prove yourself rapper from Nebraska or some shit, some struggle ass battle rapper. You feel me?
Yeah.
And then like, and you just like, and then you leave another crazy ass comment, and you're like, yo, like check this out, whoop you whoop, and you say his real name, and then you be like, yo, chill with all that and improve your life right quick. And then it's just like, oh my god, there's like it's like the amount of power when somebody like me says it, because it has a little accent to it, it's like literally like a fucking nuclear torpedo. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Iron Man. They ain't playing with toys like this.
How do you deal with haters? And I mean, obviously you're a very well known person in this whole battle rap thing, hip hop as a whole. How do you deal with so much shit? I don't know how you brush it off. I don't know if I have that in me to brush off that much hate that you get, and it's such.
You know what it is, Don? You know what, bro? You really, that's something that literally, like, that's a good question. But really, more importantly, like, because the fact of the matter is, however I come to terms with it, I come to terms with it, and I use it to my advantage, and I know what time it is. I have a clear perspective of it. But basically, that's what other people need too. And the number one thing, if there's like a commandment that up and coming battle rappers, new to the game and new to getting having like popularity on a wide scale, need to absorb is, you can't let criticism or praise dictate your emotions on any or whatever it is. You feel me?
Yep.
Like, that's the most important thing. So like, really, like, people, no, for real. So you can't get extra ultra gas the first time you get a battle with fucking 80,000, 90,000 views.
Yeah.
You got a bunch of people giving you props, and you get like your first fucking blowjob from some bitch that notices you from YouTube. Like, that shit'll get a motherfucker gassed, especially if there's some bum-ass dude who's an up-and-coming battler who's never had any fame, or, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you can't let that fucking really change or dictate who you are or how you feel or how you interact. And you definitely can't let the criticism do that either, and let that get in your head, especially when there's people who just live for that, especially because what is it that we do? This is battle rap. It's the art of shit talking.
Yeah.
So our fans naturally think that that's the way they're supposed to interact with us. A lot of them have that misconception. You know, we've talked about that before. But
I see that a lot. Yeah.
It's an art.
Yeah, so, you know,
people
like,
overlook that.
That's something. No, they do, but that's something that up and comers really got to keep in mind and like learn how to deal with. And like, you can't emotionally internalize that shit.
Right.
It really, actually, the way people respond to that determines if they have a career or not. Because a lot of them, people get so fucking messed up by the simplest little troll.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, I've seen it spin people's careers out before they had a chance. Talented people too. I've seen it.
Yeah,
I love that shit. I like it. I like it. For me, it's the opportunity. It gives me wiggle room to smash their misconception and possibly put them on the right track about shit, because they really just have a way of looking at your 15-minute battle clip, and that's their impression of you. Right. And a lot of them are just trying to like impress you, you know, like. But yeah man, fucking. There is a
that's the thing. I try to show them love first and foremost, and let them see how dumb they are for even hating a being of light like myself. But regardless, like, a motherfucker, like whether you're me or Joe Cutter or whoever, motherfuckers really are gonna like go to whatever extent they can to try to get in your head, because that makes them feel like they've succeeded in some way. And if you allow that to happen, you're low-key herbing yourself out before it even starts.
Right. Now, on us as a smaller league, we see that type of thing, and people come at us, and they want such extravagant prices. Like,
yeah,
you have
it's ridiculous.
One battle with 20,000, and you want blah blah blah. I'm not going to name any names, but that must be completely different for you guys, because you're their ultimate goal. Like, they want to battle on King of the Dot. They want to battle on something big, you know.
Well, it's like it goes both ways, because they'd be willing to do it for cheaper, fucking with us, because we give them way more exposure, and it's like super professionally produced content that they can't even fucking get, that they have to pay a lot of money to get videos and shit and like all that type of exposure. But the downside is they know that we're playing with more resources, so ultimately they feel like they can try to tax us. So it goes both ways, and it kind of cancels each other out. And ultimately, battle rappers are just going to try to tax whoever they deal with because they're thirsty and have poor business practice, and sometimes you gotta fucking let them know. But a lot of them are also smart and realize that their whole value is contingent upon their public perception at any given moment. So if you're a hot battle rapper and you know that fools are fucking with you like that, and you command views and you command ticket sales and pay-per-view revenue, motherfuckers are gonna realize like, yo, yeah, I'm not gonna battle for less than this amount, and whoop-de-whoop, and that's what it is.
Right. So, like, do you have? I think I remember Organic saying a battle rapper should not expect any money until they hit 100,000 views. Am I correct by saying that?
I mean, yeah, like, I mean, pretty much. I mean,
kind of sounds fair to me.
Like, I think that's a pretty.
Considering I'm in 1,000 view town every battle I do.
Man, you got a pretty good Facebook post memory. I remember that shit too.
You know what it is. Like, first of all, like you gotta like kind of in conjunction about what you were saying earlier, also about haters is if you're a type of figure that's polarizing, if you're somebody that attracts. Obviously, you want to have more love than you do hate, and as people, like I know motherfuckers hate on me, and the battle rappers that are like that too, that get hated on, they also have armies of people backing them up that will eat them alive. Like you say some bad shit about Lush, and there's a bunch of fashion conscious fucking young kids with bandanas under their hats that'll fucking rip you apart on any social network. You feel me? Like, and that's just the way it is. And it's the same for all the battlers that have that type of appeal. And ultimately, what that translates to is buzz and fucking numbers. So a lot of dudes. You could be dope, you could be killing your region, but if you don't have something that really sticks out and pops about you, you're not going to really ultimately make that transition. But you can average less than 100,000 views, but if you have people in your region, like 300 people want to go to the venue to see you, that gives you value as well. Then you deserve to get as well.
Yep. That's very true. I'm glad you brought that up.
But to add on to that, I could contest to the fact that they do treat us guys who don't average that with a certain amount of fairness too. You know what I mean? I remember Travis.
Here because we have a lot of talent, dog. If you were, let's say, you were from fucking a small ass city in the middle of nowhere. If you were from Council Bluffs, Iowa, and you were Joe Cutter out there, you'd be the fucking dopest MC in the entire region.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like you'd be able to. It's a little bit different, but when there's so many people in the Fresh Coast, like, fuck, dog, what are we supposed to do?
Yeah, Cutter, dude, I peeped a bunch of your battles, man. You're nasty, dude. Just to be a little off topic, man, I saw you versus Decade, that kid who choked all three. Yo, the kill strike that you said against that cat was when you said he was a capsized canoe and you were a live typhoon. I was like, damn, that's the end of that, dude.
The Carter Deems one that just dropped from Bolo was that?
Yeah, what was up with that dude? I saw part of that video like right before this. What was going on there?
Might be the best.
Carter's the OG, man. Carter go back to the fucking grind time era. He definitely.
Lush knows this. I try and kind of do it the complete opposite of whatever the fuck's going on. But Carter Deems was someone that he's one of my favorites. I'll go on record to say that, and he's one of the guys that I just wanted to kind of pull out of obscurity, kind of in the same vein as what me and Tiger Ty did. I don't know. I just want to bring my favorites back in when I see it.
Well, that's what's sick about Cutter, honestly. Cutter and Carter Deems and Tiger, actually, all three of the people you just mentioned are all literally like they are what I described, and they embody that. And Joe Cutter is an originator, and his whole fucking everything about him and his artistry like pops super hard.
And yeah, you make dope music too, by the way. I haven't been there in a while, but I was on your Bandcamp and I like streamed a bunch of your stuff, man. It's dope
you've
work.
been talking a lot about originality and what you unique, bring something unique to the table. It's like, yeah, you might have bars, but what's different about you? What sticks out? You know, that's
right.
what we look for as well. And that's one of the reasons why we want Joe Cutter out here. He's got both. You know, he sticks out.
It's absolutely true. But if you mention like any dude that's popping on like in battle rap whatsoever, that gets a few stacks to battle and gets flown around the world and is an elite top, considered upper mid-tier to top-tier battler, I'll tell you right now, if you say a name, I'll tell you what it is about them that pops and makes them unique.
Daylight.
Everybody has something, you know what I mean?
Right.
Everybody literally does.
You just asked about Daylight.
Well, Daylight, Jesus Christ, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Dragon Ball
his originality, he had an amazing talent, and his originality bumped him up like tenfold. You know, bumped him up.
Well, yeah, and if you saw like Daylight before, when he was kind of holding back in his earlier grind time battles, even though they were used and he was respected, it wasn't until he fucking came with the face tat and that whole persona and the Quill was born. That whole once that shit came along, it was a wrap.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. That's what gave him the attention, and we all know that, and that's whatever. I don't care about the antics, but they're entertaining as well. Why not? He's the whole package.
The point of doing this is to entertain people, and he entertains people well, man. Like, he's a good entertainer.
He gets it. He's on
even like, look, even if you're a dude like, let's say, Chilla Jones, you might see a dude like Chilla, and off top might not know what is it that really pops about this dude, because he's kind of like regular, mild-mannered, looks regular, you know what I'm saying, straightforward, regular delivery. But what pops about him is this fucking wordplay and how crazy it is and the way he emphasizes it. And he has a whole original approach to that. And he does that in such an exaggerated way that it puts it on blast to the point where that he created that lane. And that's what he does. You know what I mean? So even dudes, you don't have to be off the wall with crazy antics. We never expect or frankly want to see Chilla Jones doing that shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, exactly.
But he still pops and he's still able to command a certain level of attention based on stylistic reasons. So it doesn't necessarily have to be like, oh, you have to fucking, bring an elephant with you on stage and, you know what I'm saying? Like, have a Vanna White right there, like unveil a bunch of letters on your shirt that have the bars of your first round, and then when you get the daily double, the fucking round's over, and you stock your opponent and do a fucking, you know what I'm saying, pull out the outside.
I got two questions for each of you guys. One, as a league representative, like, what is the biggest misconception about battle leagues? And that's for you,
Lush. It's easy to do.
Right. And then for Cutter, what's the biggest misconception about battle rappers?
About battle rappers?
Right. Like the people like you with the name that rings bells around. What do you get from people that may just be a big misconception?
I get people thinking that I got it a lot easier than I do. I have a lot of people assuming that, and this is hilarious to me, assuming that I'm well off from this shit, which is fucking mind fucking blowing. And kind of like what we touched on before, the misconceptions in general of what they take from just seeing your 15 fucking minutes. That's just mind blowing that kids really like get in a headspace to where that's their impression of you. But and here in San Jose, I can flick a penny at a fucking hooker. I live in the slums, and I get recognized right down the fucking street by homeless people, bro. Like people, like this shit is huge.
But that's for other reasons, right?
What's that?
That's for other reasons, though, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm fucking around, Doc. So.
The other question is
you know me better than anyone, dude.
So for Lush, what advice do you have for like the 413 Battle League or smaller leagues in general?
I think you guys really have the correct model, and I think really the most important thing is continuing to lock down your region, and by do that in a way by creating unity in the scene, not trying to divide it. Speaking locally, you know what I mean? Anyone else that does battle leagues or whatever, try to support them however you can instead of competing with and trying to take them down. You guys have to realize that it's important for y'all to build your region, because right now there's a lot of interest and a lot of people fuck with battle rap, but people don't realize it. And the general, it's funny because I was just talking to, I was at this function the other day, and there was some kid some dude in his 20s who's a big hip-hop head and is from Boston. And I was chopping with him for a long-ass time. And he was like, yeah, it's crazy to see all y'all fools out here ciphering and battling. It's like, we don't really do that shit out in the East Coast. He said, I know, I see y'all on I was like, the East Coast? I was like, you're tripping, dog. New York is super popping. He's like, oh yeah, well, New York, yeah, but not really over here, and like not in match like that. We don't really get down like that. He was like a street dude, you know what I mean? But I was like,
you told him about 413.
Well, it just went. Of course, I did. That was the first thing I said. You know what I'm saying? Like, but regardless, that's just like the way. It's important for y'all to just build up battle rap culture in your region as much as possible, and continue to do what you do, and realize that you guys carry the torch and try to make that shit. That's something everybody wants to feel involved in. You guys do a really good job of it. It's just about continuing to do it, bringing in the right talent, trying to build up your guys as good as you can.
It's all TD3 and that
hard,
cat Voorhees.
Yeah, Voorhees definitely. Like, I couldn't do the shit without him. It's a team effort.
Yeah.
Word, yeah, exactly. A strong, that's it.
Yeah, you gotta have a good team with you. That's.
They're good people, man. I've done a bunch of battles in the 413 now, and yeah, it's nice. I mean, they're a little kind of a troop for me, you know what I mean? It's like a 2-hour drive generally to go see those guys, but every time I'm out there, they're real hospitable,
You have to make people realize that there ain't no money involved for a while, and then you are.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not even worried or thinking about that. I'm more concentrating on how to do it better and like learn as much as I can, because I like making records. Like for me, it's kind of like doing a battle is like training. You know what I mean? It kind of teaches me, all right, maybe I got to work on some stuff for like, and it also forces me to actually get in there and like write some stuff and come up with ideas and like expand like what I can do as like an artist essentially. You know what I mean? So
it's a challenge. And it kind of keeps your skills sharper. And then when you go to the booth next time,
the way I always look at it too is like win, lose, however it's got to go down. As long as like I don't stumble, as long as the crowd's entertained by what I do, I feel like even if I get like 3-0'd by like someone who's super dope, I walked away from it like, yo, I learned a bunch of shit here.
That's true about you, Brash, because your performance game live, spitting your tracks live, you kill it all the time. Every time I see you, your tracks are.
Well, I was performing a long time, just doing music and stuff. Like I played drums, guitar, and like, I fucking make this music, but like learning like how to do battles like for real was just like a new dimension of learning, how to do this craft. And it was important to me to try to get okay at it,
No, it's good. It's because you don't want to hit caught slipping like some of these mainstream cats thought they was all good. We're now battling top, and they might have to hop in a ring at some point. And bud, looking a little bit shaky out here.
Yeah, man.
So basically, back to the same question, but to Cutter, what advice do you have for smaller leagues as a battler yourself?
Are you reading this off a piece of paper or like a small card of some kind? I feel like you're not like standing in front of like a CNN logo with weird hair.
Don't even
Well, I mean, some of the experiences you might have experienced with smaller leagues, Cutter, I don't know.
For cats like me, I'll make reference to Reverse Live as well, or someone like Fredo. We've had a couple of main page battles, and then these little leagues almost kind of become our bread and butter because they want us to come and help them get views and shit. And the thing that I've noticed a lot is, these people, they've been doing this for like 3.5 seconds, and within those 3.5 seconds, they have a false ego and are really snappy about shit. Like, I don't sign out of Facebook, you know what I mean? So people put faith in that little fucking green dot, they think I'm ignoring them and shit. Yeah. They're just like, you're settle down. And another thing I noticed that kind of, which is the most easiest thing to be aware of that we were all talking about a second ago, is not making conflicting dates, like what you were just talking. And you guys are good about that. I've been going back and forth with you for like months now.
I know, right.
And it's just like, King of the Dot's doing this on that. That's the smart way to be about it, dude. So
we know our lane. We're not.
You're doing it right with that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Because you want to get some of us out there that are going to be on this car. You don't want to step on toes. And,
exactly.
The way y'all are doing
it is great. How about the fact that you're even soliciting advice, period, shows how much in the right place you are. Because a lot of motherfuckers just think they can hop in this shit, throw a little event, hit a lick and then be gone. You know what I mean? They just they think they can make money easily or use it as a promo vehicle. And I understand we're going to be seeing more and more battling popping up everywhere. It's just a nature of the beast on all levels, from mainstream outlets to little guy shit as well. But regardless, you know what I mean? Like, most fools don't even give a fuck. You respect the culture, and you actually are trying to do it for the right reason. So, you know, like, you're going to be all right. I have faith in that. You know. Oh, and one thing for sure. Keep ownership of all your own shit. You don't fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool to work with other fools, work with bigger leagues, this or that, but don't become dependent on another motherfucker who, even if they're bigger than you, can offer you a little bit more exposure. Make sure you hold on to your own shit. You will regret it later on.
Oh, thank you for that advice.
And don't mistake getting family inheritance for paying dues either.
Oh, fuck.
Jesus.
Hell to the nah. I don't know if that's a swipe at anyone in particular, so I'm not laughing at someone, but I definitely don't condone in that as well.
Yeah.
So, like basically, I got to be out of here in a minute, but I just want to say, like, thank you to both of you guys. You know, Lush, you know, I respect everything you guys are doing out there. Carter, thanks for for coming on, and like I said, man, we got to figure out something to get you guys out here.
That's funny, dude. People have been calling me Carter lately too. You just did the Freudian slip. Carter.
I didn't say. I said Cutter.
He said Cutter.
Is it, or do I just hear Carter that bad?
Cutter, if we can work out a way to get you. Cutter, if we can work out a way to get you out east, man, I'd love to spar with you, man, and do a battle.
I think Brash versus Joe Cutter would be dope.
Brash, yeah, I've been checked out. 413. Brash is the equivalent, the funny guy out there.
Yeah, I think we'll have a really good match.
I'm learning more about Brash. He makes good music just like me. We have similar backgrounds. We started as musicians.
Yeah,
we gotta figure something out.
You skate too, right?
I skate. We're both really ugly. I don't know about you, but I've been getting hella battle rap trimmed. Please fucking my life up. That's the good thing about battle. I think that's something Lush brought too. Like, it's like there's more squirrel at the events, bro. There's more like pussy for us to like get involved with now, dude. And, like, totally important. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna invite Lush to my second wedding too, because he was at my first one.
There's gonna be another one?
Oh, maybe.
All right.
You heard it here first.
You only have so many wives, so I just want 3 of them.
All right, well, respectable to you guys. Brash, thanks for everything. I'm out of here. TD3.
Bowing out, like, all right.
The maddest note to end on right there.
Yeah, maybe next time we can talk about all the timely ass shit. Like, I thought we were gonna talk about some.
No, we have time. I don't know why he's bailing, but I'm down. I'd love to talk to you for another 20 minutes or so, man. You know, like, I really wanted to ask you. No, I'm staying. I'm sticking around. TD3 wants to leave, I guess. But Lush, I gotta ask you, man. I know you're probably tired of hearing it after like the media blitz that it caused with Disaster and Math. But
Oh no, man! You mean the fucking best rap battle of the year?
Yeah, dude, your voice.
About the best rap battle of the year.
You rang out probably 1 billion times over the last like month of. And there it is, snuff.
Yeah.
I was like, did I really just see that over and over and over again? So.
Yeah, shit was fucked up, dog. Shit,
yeah.
I mean that shit. The punch itself was fucked up. Wasn't expecting it. You know, Biz was very bad on Kid.
I never saw him doing that.
Is Biz really suspended? What's the deal with that situation with King of the Dot and
Back
Biz
to CNN again.
Yeah, no, he's suspended from KOTD, but you guys gotta understand some shit, dog. Like, no matter what, Diz is gonna have some shit popping, and no matter what, I'm gonna get it popping with Diz. That's my motherfucking boy. Like, that's my brother. Period. And I'm gonna do whatever I can. You know what I'm saying? To give him light on whatever platform that I have access to. You know, like, yes, obviously you can't battle on King of the Dot Fresh Coast at the moment with people, but that don't mean that he can't fucking pop it in. There's too much going on in battle rap, which is like so much. Is the catalyst of so much of this shit from the grind time days to what we're doing now. So much of that, like, look at the fucking views. Look at the statistics. Like, Disaster has been, like, in particular for me, he's been my voice. Every single thing that I've had popping, he's been there. When the whole entire game was turning their back on me and fools were shitting on me, Diz was the one holding me down and fucking who had my back. You feel me? That was my boy. Like, he showed more loyalty than a lot of motherfuckers I've known for years. So it's like, there's nothing that can go down that's going to make me, like, even though that shit did put me in a compromising position when he did that, you know what I'm saying? It personally fucked it up. Like, you didn't got a lot of love for Diz.
You did not look too happy that it occurred in the instant that it occurred, because then I saw you look around when people started running up, and I was just like, I remember seeing you in that position and being like, wow, that must be pretty fucking intense. Because the whole battle rap world was looking at you. You know?
Yeah. Well, it's like, you know, like in that actual moment, my first thought is just like making me want to make sure everyone's okay. You know, I got my girl in the building.
Yeah.
Want to make sure everyone's cool, won't be wounded. But like, you're not really like conscious of your actions. That's why people hold people accountable by how they act in those types of situations, rightfully so. Because they're character defining in a lot of ways, you know, and it's understandable. Like, I don't really honestly like feel bad for not. Like, there's nothing I could have really done, even if I put myself like in the middle of that shit. I would have just fucking got my ass whooped, just because it's just like people 3 times as big as me, all just fucking shit flying from all directions. That's whatever. I ain't even tripping. Like, I don't have an image of a tough guy to protect. Will I fucking kill somebody? Like, if it comes down to it, hell motherfucking yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's not even a question. Yeah. But like, that wasn't the time. I'm just trying to maintain order, make sure everybody's cool. But nah, hell no, I wasn't happy. Obviously, that shit fucking costed a lot of bullshit.
Yeah,
but
no, I was.
All that aside, brother, all that aside, it don't fucking matter. I still am fucking with Diz, and like, no matter what it is, I'm gonna make sure he has some type of platform. I'm gonna make sure he's out here eating. Like, honestly, dog, Disaster's gonna get fucking 50 racks for his next battle.
Oh yeah,
he's gonna get paid 50 racks for his next battle.
Well, but he's just so dope, though. You know what I mean? Like, here's the thing about the punch, though. About it is, like, as a fan of battle rap and seeing him do his thing several times over, and just, you know, like, having a lot of respect for him as, like, you know, like a member of the audience. You know what I mean? When he did that, I like was disappointed. You know what I mean? Because I don't know, it was just so uncharacteristic. Like, I still don't understand what happened, and I probably never will. And now that it's all over,
well, you have to understand this about Diz, right? The full, like, what he embodies and what you see in the battles is really true to who he is as a person. And this is a guy who's gone through a lot of shit in his life.
Yeah.
And he's, you know, from growing up in LA and dealing with that, to moving back and forth between Lebanon, where, you know, fucking, you know, all the crazy shit in the war and the shit that he saw out there, to coming back to LA.
I never knew that about him.
The weird immigrant kid, you know what I'm saying, and who had an accent and got, you know what I'm saying, and wound up fucking flipping on fools.
Yeah.
And flipping on fools, and not fucking taking shit from anybody and having to fight his whole fucking life. That's why gangbangers really respect him, and that's why he found a home with them fools, and actually, like, the way he relates back and forth with these kids that he's grown up with on a street level is 100% authentic and natural, because that's really the type of spirit he has. It's a warrior spirit, and they're on the same shit, and that's why fucking Diz is not like people like don't understand. Like, he lost his shit, he lost his composure, but all he's ever trying to do is hold himself together and not do that shit when he's in a battle. So it was like, for me, like, I was shocked that he did it, just like you were as a fan, and disappointed. But
yeah.
It's like, ultimately, that's like, it's him losing control, and hopefully, like, he will never fucking do that shit again. I hope. But regardless, that don't affect how I look at him and his importance to battling. Like, I know what time it is, because I see the fucking stats. People can try to undermine it, because here's the biggest thing that people need to realize about Disaster. Here's the biggest thing people need to realize about Disaster stats, right? Like, his views are up there amongst all the top battlers in the world, right? Mm-hmm. But the primary difference is he's the only one whose main platform is always on pay-per-view. which diminishes the views greatly, and bootlegs because he's always the main event. So despite the fact that he's like close to the top, if not the top in views, he's even way, way higher because none of those other fools, they mainly bat all the other dudes that are competing for that spot, battle on URL and Don't Flop, which barely ever, if never, have fucking pay-per-view.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
no, I mean, here's the thing. That punch, as a fan, it didn't, like, erase all the dope work that I've seen him do. You know what I mean? Like, I remember all the good battles he's done. You know, it was just so surprising just with that strong a body of work he did that, you know? But, I don't know.
I mean, it was a very, very human moment. It was a very, very human moment. And it was, it was like, and the last thing I want to do is come across and I'm condoning it because Math is a dude that I respect on a whole other level, and I honestly believe that he was the catalyst for inspiring me initially to even do this shit because it was his battle versus Iron Solomon that inspired me as a battler myself to when I was like battling unorthodox phrases in that era, like Math Hopper was my favorite, and through this whole time, he's always been a dude that I held in high regard and revered and kind of looked at as like the champ of the East Coast. He is New York City. He's the voice of New York City when it comes to battling. Like on another level, like Loaded Lux and all is kind of like more mainstream, and Murder Mook, I kind of look at that as like the era past almost, even though I know they're still top notch. But Math has always been like the undercurrent, like Math and T-Rex. That's always been what it was in my eyes, you know? Yeah. So, like, the fact that happened really fucking sucked. And Math is he's a really fucking cool dude, and I really like dealing with him. So, like, that whole thing was super whack. But what people are going to realize ultimately is I'm the type of person to take a negative into a positive and just use it as a way to create revenue streams for all of us. So, you know, Math will be able to fucking come up even properly from this shit, and everybody involved, and, you know, like, whatever revenue people may have lost will be, you know, resupplemented in other ways, and they'll wind up being in a better position. Because that's the way I am. It's like, okay, you chop off one of my arms, I'm gonna use a Dr. Octopus tentacle and fucking.
There's still legendary dudes in the battle rap game, though. You know what I mean? Like both of them. Like despite the fact that they've both thrown punches at opponents, like they are dope artists. You know, so.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, you have to understand, like, it goes so much deeper, like, for the fact that, like, look, dude, like, the West Coast, like, and the mentality of LA in particular on the West Coast is, like that's what Disaster represents as a battler, you know what I mean? Like, so much, like, what he means to the people out here, combined with the fact that he's literally one of the most prominent Middle Eastern rappers in the entire fucking world that raps in English.
Yeah, that's true, too.
So it's like, so he has a whole entire contingent of kids that look at him on a different level that people don't really realize, like, the power it wields. So it's like, as far as Diz being suspended, like, yes, he is, but regardless, like, I support him and rock with him 1,000%. Like, and I guarantee you this fool gets 50 racks for his next battle.
Yeah, I mean, he does his thing, man. You know,
I'm gonna get him 50 racks for his next battle.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, well, I feel kind of awkward asking you this, but you don't have any insight as to what's next, do you? Probably nothing you want to share. No,
well, of course I want to share everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but ultimately, I'll just tell you this: that of course, Diz is gonna have some huge shit coming up next. Like, that's gonna fucking shock everybody, and that's a guarantee. Because you want to know why? When is he not? Every single time Diz comes back, it's on some next shit. When the cannabis battle was announced.
Oh my God! To this day, I cannot believe what happened in that battle. I still cannot believe.
And if you kind of look at his career trajectory, he was kind of it was an interesting move deciding to go back and battling, you know, regular mortals again after that.
Yeah.
And but he did, and his like what he did, whether or not you think he lost all those battles, the fact that he fucking was out there getting it, like, the fools that he's battled in the past couple of years, nobody has a track record like that, period.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's the only other person that's even close maybe is Clips, you know what I mean? But, like, you look at the names, it's fucking crazy what Diz has done. And
yeah, he's crushed a lot of fucking MCs, man.
Word. The only thing he can really do at this point is battle another fucking star, like another rap star beyond the realm of battling.
How crazy would it be if he ended up battling Shady? I hear some rumors that Shady's gonna battle, man. I don't know how much there is to that, but how much truth there is.
I'm gonna have him in the Michael Jackson hyperbaric chamber, wheel him out, and he'll battle.
Yeah. Robotic.
Honestly, that should happen. It really should at some point. Like Eminem knows that. Eminem knows deep in his heart of hearts he's gonna have to face this at some point.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't know. I saw people posting crazy shit like Eminem can't lose, and I don't think.
Well, he's an amazing rapper, dog, and like
he is. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Eminem would never put himself in the position to play himself out, and make himself look whack, whatever. Like, so even if whatever it is he's doing is very deliberate, so if Em ever does decide to step in the ring, I know that he's gonna fucking kill it. Because he's not fucking stupid like a lot of these other fools are. He understands, like, I don't know what, the number one thing that mainstream dudes seem to have a problem with is like conveying emotion and knowing how to like be and look on camera and not be all weird. Like,
yeah,
Joe Budden was like doing like fucking like the Yo Mama like snap like street corner poetry recital like the softer side of Remy D's speech.
I haven't seen that yet. I've been meaning to see it. It's gonna be good though, huh?
I'm back.
Well, no, he came with it with some bars, but his delivery was super awkward.
Yeah? Huh. Cutter, do you keep up with any of that stuff at all?
What's that?
With the event with that we were just talking about, that battle. The
Total Slaughter.
Yeah, Total Slaughter.
Oh, Total Slaughter? Yeah, man. Yeah, I wasn't impressed. Daylight, I'm a big fan of just because he went so Andy Kaufman. And that's right up my alley, what he did. He pretty much led us to believe that this was going to taper out into some big bang, and he basically just said, fuck you, battle scene, and he did it on the perfect platform to do it. Yeah, all those battles were just weird to me, dude. I'm all for the culture getting pushed and shit, but every time I see an opportunity like this, I think a lot of us just think it's a fucking roll of the dice, and then you see I don't know, I'd love for the right kind of light to get shined on our scene and shit, but at the same time, a lot of us are like, all right, is this gonna fucking kill it, or is it gonna fucking, help it out? I just don't see what the Total Slaughter thing did to benefit our fucking.
I think it did a lot for battle rap culture. I definitely think it did. It brought a lot more attention to it, and it's like what battlers and fans of the scene have to realize is, yeah, you don't want the crass commercialization of any movement that you fuck with. You don't want anything to lose its cool factor and get played out. You don't want fucking like the Sex Pistols were dope until there was mass-produced T-shirts. When it was Sex Pistols were cool when it was just patches. You know what I'm saying? And cutting shit and carving it. Slayer was cool when fools were carving it into their arms and not buying shirts at Hot Topic.
Yeah.
That's what defines something that's cool. So you don't want battle rap to go by way of that. You don't want to see the Disaster shirt and the Arsenal shirt and fucking Hot Topic. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm not worried about that happening though, because I mean it's the people who take it as the real art that it is are gonna stick around for it, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be in its purest form. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I look at it anyway. I don't know if
that's absolutely true, and ultimately things happen the way they're supposed to. But in a perfect world, it would be great if this is something that that everyone from the Lotus Luxes, to the Joe Cutters, down to all the dope local dudes and everybody involved could be eating off of in some way, and we could get actually and fools could be able to do what they love and be compensated properly, and even be able to have the luxury of focusing on creativity even more and pushing it to a greater extent. And imagine how crazy the shit will get then.
Yeah.
Well, I want to ask you direct about FilmOn.tv, this announcement deal that was just.
Oh, that was slick, bro.
I just want to know a little more about it. Oh, I'm sorry.
No. You said I was just I was expecting that 45 minutes ago. It's all good though.
And he wanted to get off the phone too. Oh no, I'm done. All right, thanks everybody.
Yeah, no. So
he's back.
So So shout out to the homie Alfie David, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to OG Malik Spellman, Kishim Roberson, Iris Sala. You know, shout out to all of them for getting a Fresh Coast Media Group launched with me and getting that shit popping. Basically what it is Fresh Coast Media Group is now everything that we do out here, we have an actual business for, and we're not going to get fucking like hit really hard by taxes and wanting of owing money later on. So everything we're doing is now legit, and we have legit enterprise, and we're able to get opportunities for ourselves, including our King of the Dot family, which we are still under that umbrella. We're still working with King of the Dot. Like, we're going to be able to have a lot more opportunities and resources, and amongst them is our partnership with Film on TV. So if you go to filmon.com/TV/battle-rap, or just go to filmon.com and search for Battle Rap, our shit will come up. You'll see the Fresh Coast Media Group channel, which currently is streaming old school Fresh Coast classics from back in the day, from the Battle of the Bay 2 event and the MOV event, as well as the Fresh Coast DVD. But we're creating a bunch of dope-ass new content, including shit featuring Joe Cutter and everybody that was participating in the Battle of LA 5 events, and a bunch of new things on the horizon, and crazy shit that will be not only on the Film On website, but on your local TV channels as well, and a bunch of other major outlets. So stay fucking tuned, baby.
Yeah.
Bang, bang, bang.
So, you guys want to plug some stuff? We're kind of running low on time. I don't know if you guys want to send some audience to a specific place or tell them about an event or anything. Like, TD3, sorry I can't make it to the next event, man. I didn't realize it was on that Saturday. But what's going on? You got a tryout battle, right?
It's just tryouts. Most of them are probably going to suck.
You think so?
I don't know.
I got a battle in late August for Battle of the Day 3. Battling No Shame.
Mm-hmm.
That's happening.
Nice.
It's gonna be fucking insane.
What about your music, Joe?
Man, I got a really dope video that's about to drop. It's gonna ruin my marriage, and Team Dunson did it for me. It's a real dope video. KOTV Media will be releasing it for me as well. That should be within the next couple of weeks or so. I also have a project with this guy, Mr. Gray. He's affiliated with my brother Kung Fu Vampire, who's kind of dipping his toe in the whole strange music type scene. And
I've heard about him. Yep.
Yeah, that's my brother, man. Me and this dude, Mr. Gray, are making this album in which every song is going to have a cartoon. And this guy just happens to be fucking a chick that works at Adult Swim, so we're going to pitch it to them.
Oh, that's what's up.
Hopefully that shit works out. And, various Fresh Coast ventures in the next year or so.
Nice.
You'll be seeing me.
Well, Lush, what do you got?
Man, I still want to plug Stacey Dash. I can't lie.
Word.
After all these years.
Friend request from Jessica Biel got her wet because I'm wet as a seal.
They don't even quote my bars from songs you ain't put out yet, man. You should have put out 3 years ago, motherfucker. Quit playing, dog. Get with it, dog.
Not my fault, man. You gotta ask the Golden Jew, man. The Golden Jew's got all that on deck.
Man, not with all this world conflict. I'm staying clear of that one, my boy. Spencer, homie.
Lush, what about your music? What you got?
Oh yeah, I got some real cool things on the way. You know, Tits sampler, the Indigo California sampler, TITS, coming soon. Plus, obviously, the Indigo Californian album. I could have already dropped the Tits thing a while ago, but I'm really just want to just develop that fever pitch demand. You know, I want people to really, really want it, because the music's going to continue to improve, and there's just like so many facets of my artistry that are growing daily. But you know, I want to do, when my shit comes out, you know, I really want I want eardrums to really just start coming. I want bitches' eardrums to be coming and shit.
I saw some promotional stuff for that project that you were just mentioning, though. I can't remember what it was specifically, but it caught my eye. I remember being like, "Oh, word, he's dropping some music." But that's good.
Just being an artist, you know.
Yeah. Well, my website's still broken, by the way. So theartofhiphop.net. When that gets fixed and nice, I'll have more content up there. Like the episode with Caddy Ron is still down because I kept putting it back up and people just kept breaking it over and over and over.
Man,
again.
you know, it's been a vital combo, and people realize, man, this all the shit I said today, man, should get some attention too. It's like the motherfucking world that shock them, you know, like shock tarts.
Yeah, it's the way to do it, man. But all right, man. Hey, thank you very much for joining us tonight on the Art of Hip Hop. We broadcast randomly. I usually aim for about an hour a week on Thursday. Next Thursday, I know TD3. Are you gonna do next week's show with Focus?
Yeah, if the money's right.
Yeah. All right. Well, Focus is
fucking Avengers gang, West Coast, Iron Man, out. One love, y'all. Splash off.
Word.
Hey, thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, Cutter. For real, man. We'll link up, man. We'll talk about it.
We'll figure this
soon.
Yeah, we'll figure this October thing. I was just telling Antonio, man, that we got this Fresh Coast thing up in the air. Yeah, this Fresno event in October. They've been trying to figure it out, dude. But
we'll figure something out. You know, it's not the end of the world. We got plenty of places out here, and we got a big scene. So, and everybody's really excited to see you. And I think you versus Brash would be something we would highly consider. I think that would be something, one of a classic.
Yeah, we would take Battle of the Night, no question. You know, yeah, I don't even know who else is on the card.
So we'll figure out something though, for real.
All right.
I was just watching that battle. I forgot his name, but dude that like basically served DNA real quick. That was a pretty dope.
Celebrity stuff.
But didn't something happen with the views or something or that?
Yeah, it hit like we don't have much views. We average like 2,000-3,000 a battle. A lot of our videos don't even hit 1,000 yet. So we don't have that many subscribers. So as soon as we dropped the DNA thing, the buzz spread like wildfire. We had URL posting it on their website. Like it just like went crazy. So what it looked like to them is that we bought views, I guess, because it had like 24,000 views in like a couple days. So it was just like, somebody flagged it or something happened. Right. I was talking to Lush about it. So they took it down like after just, that's DNA averages way more than that.
Yeah, YouTube didn't really seem to understand DNA's fame level.
I guess they compared it to what we had subscribers and what we usually got or something. I really don't know. We tried fighting it, but whatever. We had to delete it. And they deleted it at 25,000, and then we put it back up, and it's like 8,000 now. So whatever, kind of sucks.
It's dope though, man. That speaks volumes because you guys haven't been around that long, but you've blatantly made big steps and big strides in a short amount of time. I mean, if you look at these, it's almost the same scenario for a lot of these other smaller leagues, such as yourself, that have been around for a little while longer that aren't really getting those amount of views either, like cats like UBR, Daily Duels. I don't know. There's a million. Every time I look on the internet, there's a new fucking league. But that speaks a lot for the progression, man. And that all that tells me is that you guys are going in the right fucking direction with it.
Thank you. Yeah, that's the way we looked at it. Me and Voorhees looked at it. That I guess it's a weird compliment of sorts. Right. Whatever. I mean, hey, nothing you can do about it, but. It definitely put us on a map a little bit, and we're only going to get bigger from here. So,
right.
And y'all holding it down for Boston, right? I mean, to my knowledge, there's not any other leagues out there. Is Shark Tank?
Yeah, Shark Tank is what I was going to say.
They're doing not much of anything. Am I wrong, Brad?
I don't know. They had a couple of dope battles with like people from the 413 league. Like Sakurai and Illiterate. But that was pretty much like the apex of what I noticed out of them.
They're not very consistent, which sucks and disappointing because Chiller is part of owner, I think, of that. And I don't know.
Yeah, that's his league, I believe.
Yeah.
The only reason I stumbled upon that league is because there's someone in that league that me and Megadeth collectively have a beef with as one. Basically, me and Megadeth are beefing with one guy as one. I won't even say his name because he's whack as shit. But yeah, he's in that league, so like it's funny to like if I go out there, I hope I run into him, but I doubt he would show face.
No, we're like an hour and a half from Boston anyway.
Yeah, it's Western Mass.
Yeah, that's Eastern Mass or Western Mass, but around here, basically this whole New England area, for what I could say, it's us and iBattle in Connecticut. That's really making consistent noise. So.
Yep, Penalty Box Music Group.
Yo, what's that dude in iBattle, man? He's fucking dope, man. He's like total breath of fresh air. Eric Farrell or something?
What's Farrell.
Yep, that dude is tight, bro. Y'all need to get that dude fucking around in your league, man. That kid is super original, man. I fuck with that kid, man.
He's a really good kid.
He's got some dope lines. What did he say? He said, like you think your pen game's off the chain, like you stole it from a bank desk, and the way you said it and flipped it. He's a dope MC, man. He's a dope battle MC.
Yeah, he's super original, really good kid. He's being strategic about his stuff, which is good. He's taking it very serious. And we hope to have him on a future event really soon. It'll happen. But
there seems to be a pretty decent resurgence of original MCs such as himself. I was starting to pull back from battle rap, man, and then I seen a couple of these kids just kind of just show up out of nowhere.
Right.
I think Marlo and Shuffle T is probably my best example I can give you for that. Just people that just come out of nowhere and it's like a camaraderie thing though, and you feel the need to step your shit up, you know what I mean? Because there's these breath of fresh airs that come along here and there, and this whole scene of just the most repetitive shit. Yeah, that's where it counts for me, dude. Like that's what I'm trying to do is fucking like just do some different ass shit, man. Because there is a fucking there is reception for it. The people that appreciate the original platform, they see something new and original, but on the same foot, they're like, oh wow, this is reminiscent to like original GT shit. Yep. And I mean, life fucking sucks, dude. Do we really want to go and dwell on fucking how shitty life is as a battle?
I hear you, man.
Face, or do we want to fucking be entertaining and make people forget about their shit for a second? That's what it is.
That's like
dude, you're a real dude, man.
I told you, Brash. This dude's the man. Joe Cutter is the man, and he will be blessing the 413 stage very soon. We just got to figure out details. I would love to see Brash versus Joe Cutter. I think we can make that work. I think you guys are both down. I think it would be a classic.
I'd love to do that, and then also if you're coming out, man, we could work on a song or something too. Since you're coming all the way out anyway, you know what I mean?
Nice duet.
Yeah, I'm with it, man. Fucking, I'm down to perform too, bro. Fucking.
All right.
Yeah, man, I pride myself on being maybe one of the, this is generous, one of the 10 battle rappers that could fucking actually do a good fucking song.
Yeah.
That is generous.
I don't know. 10, that's generous, right? I'm thinking more 5. And if I'm not 5, I'm going to eat my own fucking head.
All right. So maybe we'll have you and Lush perform a little set out here if we can get you guys on the same card. We'll figure it out. We'll do something.
Yeah, we'll do something really cool.
I know you guys are down,
So yeah, I gotta end the broadcast here, guys. But yeah, Cutter, man, it was like a pleasure, man. You seem like a smart dude. You know this fucking
Carter. Am I Carter again?
I called him Carter. No, I said Cutter.
The last fucking week has just been nothing but Carter Deans.
I don't know. I hope I didn't. I'm gonna have to listen to it back after I'm done. But I'm not changing it.
I'm so used to hearing it, man, because the feedback from my battle with him is pretty fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta watch that all the way through. I'm probably gonna do that and I gotta drive like 6 hours tomorrow. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But all right.
When you guys get a chance, check out Philip Solo too. He's one of my little nephews. He's a Canadian prove yourself dude who's starting to climb up through the ranks. Real original fucking kid. Philip Solo. He's got a really annoying voice, but you can look past it. I promise you.
All right, definitely.
Word. Yo, Cutter, thanks again. Hey, TD3, I'll hit you up tomorrow.
All right, guys.
Anytime, man. Stay at me.
All right.
Thanks for hanging in with me, bro. We'll make it work, man.
Yeah, for real.
Later.
We'll figure it out. We'll have fun.
Real chop, man. All right.
Peace.
Take it easy.